Okay, yeah, okay, look, I still struggle as a man. What is going on, Kingdom? So today I am back with another video. I'm just outside right now. I'm just chilling outside, and I was just thinking about this today, so I really wanted to make this video. I'm not gonna be talking too loud or talking too much. It's gonna be probably a more quick video, but it's gonna be on this topic again because this topic kind of just crosses my mind sometimes. It crossed my mind before, and I'm like, I'm gonna make another video on this again. And now today is I'm in the position where the lighting looked great. Yeah, it's why I'm making this video, but also because I want to project this out. So listen, judgmental Christianity. I just want to talk about it again real quick. As me as a Christian, and as me as a follower of Christ, a follower of God, walking through this journey. I just wanted to talk about this really quickly because this is one of the biggest things that I preach is unity, and this is one of the biggest things that I preach is lack of judgment, taking away the judgment. And we all are very open to judgment now, and we all are very open to judging people. We judge people a lot, and then we don't even understand that that's how people feel. That's what's going to be projected, because that's what we are projecting when we're speaking out against other people through our emotions. Whether we realize it or not, it's not the right way to do it, and only God can judge. You hear what I'm saying? So listen, I just wanted to say I'm not gonna speak out on no one's name because I don't really like doing that. It doesn't, whoever made the video may understand what I'm saying here, and I'm not, bashing or nothing like that. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to put on my perspective. I seen a video, and it was a preacher who went up to a certain very famous YouTuber. Asked him, he's a follower of Christ. The YouTuber didn't really correspond, didn't really didn't really respond very well, kind of walked away, kind of was just like, stop talking to me, da. And after that, it seemed the preacher, he said, that's what I thought. I thought so. I thought, that wasn't what was going on. I thought so. Right after he kind of felt a bit rejected from the YouTuber who he was speaking to, in that conversation, and I just feel then he started saying things along the lines of, he loves the fame, he loves the money, he's not a true follower of Christ, and you will perish if you don't things along those lines, right? And we see that everywhere. And I just wanted to say, stuff like that is what makes people walk away, even if it's the truth. Even if it is the truth, it is what makes people walk away. And we cannot have this mentality where we're okay with people just walking away. These people just walk away. They're not proper followers of Christ. And we are, and we're fine, we're safe. I'm safe, so I'm straight. That's not the goal. That's not the goal here. Just because I'm a follower of Christ doesn't mean that I'm going to look at other people that aren't and feel like I'm better about myself, because that's where that comes from. When we sit and choose to judge others, when we sit and choose to judge others based off of their principles in their lives, and when we sit and choose to do that, then clearly there's a part of us that has a level of insecurity within us where we feel that we have to choose and say that we are better followers, we are better at this life than they are. And that's how people are going to feel, whether you're speaking the truth or not. Whether you're saying the truth or not, that's how people are going to feel. And God doesn't just point the finger. So why are we choosing to do that? You know what I'm saying? God doesn't just look at us through our really tough circumstances and the things that we do wrong and just says, hey, listen, you're doing this wrong. God isn't going to just look at nobody and not sit down and understand the perspective, understand what's going on internally with them. God knows it all. There's a reason why God knows it all, because he needs to understand. God is the most understanding, just anything we could ever, no person, no human, basically that's what I'm saying, no human will ever be as understanding as the living God, right? But what we can do is work to be as understanding as we possibly can, in working as we follow Christ and work to be like Christ, right? Not like me saying to be Christ, but I'm saying to walk in like his footsteps, trying to be like him in a way, to understanding his principles, trying to walk in his principles is what I'm saying here. When we choose to do that, it's also coming from understanding no God, and Jesus is God. No God, nobody ever on the earth is more understanding than God. Nobody is more understanding than Jesus. So when we can work to let's try and understand people, then we are truly walking as followers of Christ. We are missing the understanding factor. And I'm trying, also to work and understand why we're not understanding people. We're not understanding people either because of insecurity, which is going on, which it's understandable. We all develop insecurities and things through all different reasons. Right, but the first thing is to identify and understand. When we choose to judge others, that people are walking around. But when we choose to judge others, it's becoming a thing where we're not understanding and we're not actually helping for others to feel like they relate, like they're in a position where they could ever relate to any of our principles or any of our things as to why we're walking the way that we are in our lives. My bad, I had to stop this video because there was people walking around, but I just wanted to know, for us to, try and work to understand that here. We have to learn to understand and work with each other. It's just something that I've been thinking about recently. We have to work to understand and think about, hey, why is this person this way? If that preacher would have maybe gone up to ISO speed, maybe even in a different setting and position, because yes, he was doing some professional stuff or whatever, but regardless of that fact, when there's a person that can, actually sit down, because it's rare to have people truly understand and want to learn about you, even just in this world in general, people rarely do that, and we miss that mark very, very often because we're so busy judging and trying to get people to understand our perspective, and this is what God says, and this, without understanding what is drawing them away. The biggest lie that the devil brings is that he doesn't exist, and when we don't acknowledge him, nothing is going to truly change. And we don't acknowledge that the devil is existing in our brothers and sisters' lives, if we don't try to acknowledge that and understand what they've gone through because of the enemy, we're never going to truly be able to make a difference in their lives, is all that I'm really trying to say. So when we choose to look at these people and say, you're this, you're doing that, I watched it, like I said, I watched that video. If that preacher would have maybe been, a bit more understanding, a bit more approachative in, like the way that, like the way that Jesus would. Jesus isn't gonna just look at him and be saying, oh my goodness, he's willing to this for another man, he's willing to that. I don't believe that. I don't care what nobody says. I don't believe that, because that's not the principles that are bringing positivity into the world. That's not what Jesus preaches, is to be this, to be this big man who's willing to look at others and say, you're lower than thou. You know what I'm saying? You're lower than this, you're lower than that, you're doing this wrong, when we choose to do that, it doesn't help people. It doesn't help those people. We can look, and eventually we can work our hardest for some things and work our hardest for some people. And then eventually we got to say it's in God's hands whether that person walks in the right direction or not. But first, we have to take the necessary steps to try and help. Taking the necessary steps isn't do this. It's not you're doing this wrong. It's not this is what I'm doing better than you, because that's basically what you're saying a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest here. When we choose to judge others, we don't know what they've been through. We don't know what they've gone through. Within judgmental Christianity, we have to learn to push that away, because judgment, us choosing, we're not God. When we choose to sit here and judge, in either way, God isn't sitting here looking like, hey, I'm just gonna sit here and judge all the people that are doing things wrong. God does not do that. God does have his judgments when he needs them, and that is God. God is the one who can judge others, because we are all equal. Me, you, us as people, we can't truly judge each other. We can only work to understand each other and uplift each other, not judge, because judgment is bringing down when it comes from man. I don't care what anybody says. You want to say God is speaking through me, God's saying, listen, you are a man or a woman, our job isn't to judge each other. Our job is to work in unification, to work so that when God brings us judgment, we are together in this. People aren't just sitting here supposed to be alone here. We are together in this, working to uplift each other as the body of Christ. We are the body of Christ. That means that we all are meant to work together here to do better and become better. And God will judge us all. You feel me? That's all. I just want to say we are unified in the body of Christ. Are we unified, or is it one person judge another because they want to feel better about themselves? Whether you see it or not, that's what's going on. That's all I wanted to say. I thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Thank you, and God bless you. And you have an amazing morning, evening, and night. Take care. Thank you.